Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Efe, and in this series of videos I am going to be talking about Scrum and how organizations and you can use Scrum to succeed at your projects. It's going to be a series of videos, multiple videos, so come with me on this ride as we learn, talk, and just have this conversation about Scrum and how you can use it. So please subscribe to this channel, like the video, share it, but most importantly, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. If you have a question, that would be fantastic. I'll be happy to answer your questions, or you just want to share your thoughts. Be so delighted to read from you. Okay, so let's jump right into it. What is Scrum? Scrum is essentially a framework for developing and sustaining complex projects, and I'm sure that most of us watching this video have been involved in one project or another, and the nature of projects is such that they can really be constrained by a lot of things, whether it's time, cost, other resources, or just like the capabilities of the people working on the project, whether it's on an organizational level or individual level. There's just constraints on the capabilities of the people working on the projects, and all of these constraints makes it ultimately difficult for projects to be planned, projects to be executed, to be managed, and then for projects to succeed, which is where Scrum comes in. And it's no surprise why a lot of organizations, both locally and internationally, are really embracing Scrum and using Scrum in all of their project managements right now. Because Scrum is adaptive, it is flexible, it allows for open conversation, so transparency, no one is feeling left out, everyone is carried along throughout the lifespan of the project. You might be wondering, like, okay, so why Scrum? What makes Scrum different? What makes Scrum better than other frameworks or any other methodology for handling project management? And I like to look at it from the perspective of Scrum having a superpower. Like, for real, Scrum has a superpower, and the superpower of Scrum is in the Scrum teams, because Scrum, the framework utilizes cross-functional, self-organized, empowered teams who basically divide their work into short, concentrated work cycles. And those short, concentrated work cycles are called sprints. We're going to be talking about sprints and then other key concepts or key terms that you need to note under the Scrum framework. Number one is sprint. Sprints are short time spans in which a certain amount of work must be done. So we have a time span, and there's a certain amount of work that must be done within that time frame. That's what's called sprint. Second key term that we need to note is the project vision statement. So we have a project, we want to utilize Scrum. First thing that needs to happen is that there needs to be a vision for that project. So the stakeholders involved come together, define and share what that project vision is. And like I said, Scrum really allows for open communication, is very transparent, so everyone is clear as to what the vision of the project is. This is what we are trying to achieve with this project. This is the vision. There's no mistaking it, you understand? Another key term that you need to note is the prioritized product backlog. This product backlog, the prioritized product backlog, is created by the product owner. And in subsequent videos, we're going to be talking about the product owner, the Scrum Master, more about the Scrum teams and all of that. Okay, so back to the prioritized product backlog. It's a document created by the product owner, and it contains a prioritized list of business or project requirements, and they're usually written, the product owner will write them in form of user stories so that they're relatable and very understandable for everyone who's going to be working on the project. Another key term that you need to understand is the sprint planning meeting. We already know what sprints are. So at the beginning of a sprint session, we'll have a sprint planning meeting. And in this meeting, we're going to be prioritizing the user stories, because the product owner is going to come up with different user stories. So we're going to be prioritizing them to consider which one should be included in the sprint, because remember that sprint is short. They have short time spans, and there's a certain amount of work that must be done within that short time span. A sprint usually lasts between 1 to 6 weeks. So another key concept that we need to note is the daily stand-up meetings. So the Scrum teams, we have sprints and all of that. So we're going to be having daily stand-up meetings. Again, this is why Scrum is just amazing. We're meeting every day. We're talking about the project. We're talking about whatever impediments the project might have, or that whatever challenges that any member on the Scrum team might have. So it's really flexible. We're able to work with the project as things change, we're able to adapt. The key concept or term to note is the sprint review meeting. At the sprint review meeting, this is a meeting where we're going to have the product owner and other relevant stakeholders, where we're going to be presenting to them the deliverables. And they've come up with, the product owner has come up with user stories and the requirements, in line with the product vision. And then it's our job to come up with deliverables. But the product owner or relevant stakeholder, they're not going to accept our deliverables if they are not in line with the predefined acceptance criteria. So that's another key concept, predefined acceptance criteria. So as the name implies, there's an acceptance criteria. There's a criteria for any deliverable to be accepted. That's what that basically is. So these are some of the key concepts that you need to note. Today we've talked about Scrum, why they're important, talked about some of the key concepts, sprint, product vision statement, and project vision statement, prioritize product backlog, sprint planning meeting, sprint review meeting, acceptance criteria, and a couple of others. I hope that you found this useful. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment in the comment section. If you have a question, I'm happy to answer. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, and please share it with other people. So in the next video, we're going to be talking more about Scrum, the benefits of Scrum. We're going to be talking about how Scrum is adaptive. We're going to be talking about a whole lot of things. Is really packed. So see you on the next video. Bye.